Welcome back to my channel, you guys. If you're new here, my name is Sydney. I'm from Cruelty Free Beauty Videos, and today's video is going to be my top 10 products of 2020. I like to challenge myself. Well, I think last year I challenged myself a little bit less. I think I did 19 products in 2019. I didn't want to do 20 products this year. I really wanted to challenge myself to really narrow it down to the best of what I tried this year. Some of these products came out this year. Some of these are older products that I discovered last year that have just been floating around in my collection that I just really fell in love with this year. But I'm really excited to hop into this video, so without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, you guys, I've got all my goodies in a box right here. Spoiler, there's a lot of cream products in here. So let's kick it off with tools. So I actually have two tools to mention. First are the Shop Miss A Paw sponges. I feel like these have another name, like the super soft paw sponges, the ones that come in a 6-pack. I'll insert a picture right here of that 6-pack if you guys don't know what it looks like. But these sponges are absolutely incredible. These are definitely the newest discovery that I'm including in this roundup, but these are so soft. They blend my makeup in just flawlessly, and I am never ever purchasing another sponge ever again. It's just as simple as that. These are ridiculously cheap. I believe they're $1.55 individually, and I think I got a 6-pack for like $7 or $8, which is a fantastic deal. Especially on something like sponges where they don't really last a super long time. Every 3 to 4 months, I sometimes stretch mine to like 6 to 8 months. You should be tossing your sponges and rotating them, but I just think these are absolutely freaking phenomenal. Amy Loves Makeup did recommend these to me along with like a ton of other people, but like specifically I remember her talking about them, and I'm just so glad that I have these in my collection. Before I used these, I used the Real Technique sponges. I feel like those sponges were a little bit firmer than this one. This one's like ultra plush and squishy. I have used the Beauty Blender before, but it was like years and years ago, so honestly I can't even remember what my experience was with it or what it felt like in comparison to this sponge. But if you guys are looking for a sponge and you're on a budget, this is a really great one. And the other set of tools that I wanted to mention is the e.l.f. XJ Kissa brush set. This is a bit of an incomplete brush set, and then I'm holding in my hands right now. I'm in the middle of washing my brushes. I just had so many that I had to do it in like 2 shifts. So the other 2 that are in this collection are actually being washed right now, but I'll insert a picture of the full collection right here. But you guys, I have been very critical of the second round of the e.l.f. XJ Kissa collection, the To The Rescue collection. And you guys know I'm not super thrilled with the palette. I don't even remember if I've really spoken a whole lot about the cream shadow, but I wasn't super thrilled with that either. But this brush set is absolutely phenomenal. Oh my goodness, you guys. I have used e.l.f. brushes for years and years. I've raved about their face brushes. There are a couple of eye brushes that I really love, but I've always felt that like their crease brushes were just a little bit oddly shaped, a little bit oddly cut, at least from my eye shape. But these are absolutely phenomenal. The brushes that I don't have with me in my hand are like a flat shader brush and then a round pencil brush. The pencil brush is probably my favorite pencil brush in my collection. It's not scratchy at all. It's very comfortable to use on that delicate lower lash line area. I love this fluffy brush right here. It's not necessarily like something super dense that I really want to use to buff out color, but to gently run something through my crease. Love it so much. This is one of those really fantastic like outer crease brushes where I can just pat product in there and like it's fluffy enough to where I can get a little bit of blend there too. Honestly, the 2 liner brushes, this one's supposed to be like a waterline liner brush, I believe. It's like a flat definer brush, and then the angled brush, I could kind of take or leave those. Like they're good brushes for the shapes that they are, but they're just not those shapes that I'm like so super excited about. But I just think this is a really incredible brush set. I'm not sure if this is even available anymore, but I have loved it so much that I just absolutely had to include it in my favorites. Okay guys, now it's time to hop into the makeup, and the first product that I wanted to mention is the Milk Makeup Baked Bronzer Stick. I feel like I'm like a year late to this party, but you guys, I finally got my hands on it this year and I am head over heels in love with this product. This was the first cream bronzer that I tried, and I was a little bit nervous at first because I got it home and I was like, that's so deep and it's so like warm, and it is a very warm bronzer, but personally I really like that because I'm so incredibly pale and fair that like I just need a little bit extra warmth. This was such a fun product to use in the summertime. I loved how it made me look like I had spent hours on the beach, even though I was nowhere near the beach because like pandemic. But I love this product so much. It blends so easily onto the cheeks and into my skin. It just looks so natural. Definitely a product that is worth the hype that is surrounding it. And another cream bronzer that I wasn't sure was even going to make it into my favorites, it might make it into one of my regrets videos a couple months ago, but it's actually the Tower 28 Bronzio bronzer. Mine is like super nasty because I've been using the crap out of it lately. But this is a beautiful kind of like luminous cream bronzer, which I was absolutely infatuated with that concept when this product came out. Let me just like scrape some off the sides to swatch for you guys. It's such a cool product. And I originally bought this, I want to say I bought it in like August or something. It's like, you know what, I'll get my last like hurrah with this product the last little bit this summer. I will be so glowy and so beautiful, and it will just make me look like a bronze goddess. And I got it home and I was like, this is pretty, but like it's not giving me enough oomph. I loved the luminosity that it gave me, but it wasn't giving me a super strong like true bronze look. But now that it's wintertime and like, even though I do want to look like I still have some life to my skin, I'm not necessarily going for that heavily bronzed look and like heavily like, oh, I do have a bit of a tan. And I think this is perfect for this time of year. I'm really excited to try next summer, maybe layering these two. I think maybe that would give me like my perfect summery cream bronzer, but it's actually what I have on my skin today. It's not out of control, it's pretty natural. I did grab mine in the shade West Coast, which is the lighter of the two shades, and I've really been loving it the past couple months as it's gotten a little bit colder. Okay, you guys, I've mentioned this in a couple of videos recently especially, but I have tried so many cream bronzers this year, or not cream bronzers, well, I've tried 2 cream bronzers, but I've tried many cream blushes this year. This was really the year for me that I just dove headfirst into cream face products. And you guys, I tried a lot of high-end ones. I didn't try quite as many drugstore ones, but I feel like I finally landed on my favorite, and it's only $6. And that is the e.l.f. Cream Blush Palette. I have mine in the light variation. I kind of want to get the dark variation for winter for those more like berry rich tones to give me like that Snow White just in from the cold look. But here's what this palette looks like. I think these cream blushes are absolutely phenomenal. They're not quite as emollient as like the Kosas blushes. I feel like they're a little bit more on par with the Fenty Beauty cream blush formula, if you guys are familiar with that one. If you like that one, I would definitely give this one a go. It's only $6 and you can find it at a lot of local drugstores. I love it so much. I love that like all the blushes are in one compact. I love that it's more like a cream style versus like a liquid blush style. I love that there's a nice mirror included in this compact. I love how easy it is to bounce between these blushes to really mix and match and create a custom shade. I just love everything about it, and I am so over the moon excited that it's from e.l.f. and so incredibly affordable. Another product that I feel like I had a little bit of a rocky relationship this year, but eventually I just decided, you know what, I've used this and enjoyed it so much this year, I have to include it, and that is the ColourPop Light Sticks. So specifically the shade that I have, I believe it's called Star Bright. It's like rubbed off on the top so much I can barely read it. But this was a product that I bought, I believe, during Ulta's Black Friday sale last year, and I was just really itching to find a cream highlighter that I really loved, and this was the lightest shade that they carried, so I was like, you know what, we're gonna try it, we'll see how it works. And so I ordered it, I got it home, and I swatched it, and I was like, this is pretty, but like that's some chunky glitter. And this is a very glittery highlighter, you guys. If you stay away from like straight up glitter or like visible shimmer on your skin, this is not going to be the product for you. But since we were home so much in 2020 and I was just like doing my makeup for fun, doing my makeup for me, doing my makeup to film, I really fell in love with this because this is the only highlighter I have in my cheeks today. I mean, the glow speaks for itself, you know. It's so beautiful, so intense. It does have a little bit of glitter in there, so if you don't like that, stay away from this one. But I have loved this glow right here. I've loved it so much. Okay, you guys, next up we have a product that I actually mentioned in my favorites last year, which I don't know, I feel like I've only filmed like maybe 2, maybe 3 like end of the year favorites videos, but I feel like this is not something that often happens. A lot of the time my preferences change year to year, my skin changes year to year, my makeup concerns and needs change year to year, so it's not often that a product like stays in my tippy top favorites year to year. But a product that did manage to do that this year is the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Hydrate Concealer. You guys, I love this concealer. I love it so much. It's probably the most versatile concealer I have in my collection. I love this for spot concealing. I love this for under my eyes. I love this for like doing a no makeup day where I just kind of slap a little bit on my cheeks, blend it out, top a little cream bronzer, cream blush over, and call it a day. it's so fantastic. It sits beautifully on my breakout areas. It sits beautifully on my under eyes. It is just a consistently wonderful concealer, and I love that it's so affordable. I love that it's from the drugstore, and I love that it has such an incredible shade range. Like, I know this is a little bit of an older product, but if you guys are on the hunt for a good concealer and you haven't tried this one, I'd give it a go. I think it's worth it for like the $6 or $7 that it costs. Okay, you guys, next up we have the one and only lip product I decided to include. It was really hard for me for some of these categories to pick a true favorite because I just bounce around in my collection so much. I love to shop my stash, and I love to do it in more of a haphazardly manner than like picking out a shop your stash basket and then like really sticking to those products. No, that never works for me. I like bounce around like a crazy woman. But one product that I feel like I really consistently use this entire year and absolutely adore is the Persona Season 1 Gloss in the shade Peach. I mean, it's just like my perfect peachy nude gloss. I love the formula so much. It's very thin. It has like a lightly sweet vanilla-y scent. Feels fantastic on the lips. It's not a crazy long wearing gloss, but it looks beautiful on the lips and it's very comfortable. So honestly, like, I'm excited to reapply it. And I just love the shade in particular so much. I do have two other shades. I have the shade Coral and the shade Hibiscus from them. Coral is a coral shade, as one would think. And Hibiscus is like a deep berry, sheer berry shade. Really beautiful, but this is the one I keep coming back to again and again. I wore this one in my graduation pictures that I took like a week and a half ago, and I had to go dig it out of my coat to grab it. It's just like my perfect, dependable, don't have to think about it, throw it on, it goes with everything kind of gloss, you know? So I could not include this one. Okay, you guys, it may shock you, but I'm not going to put an eyeshadow palette in this video. I was trying so hard. I sat in my little makeup corner for like a good 15 minutes digging through my collection, really thinking like, what have I used the most and loved the most this year out of my eyeshadow palettes? But the truth is, I've bounced around so much between my eyeshadow palettes. I feel like if I were to pick a favorite, it'd have to be like a top 10, not like just a top 1, a top 10. Maybe I can do that before the year is out or in the very beginning of January this year. If you guys are interested in that, if you want to see like my top 10 eyeshadow palettes from 2020, they're not all going to be brand new palettes. I'm sure most of them are probably going to be older palettes because you guys know I love to shop my stash. But if you're interested in that, definitely let me know. But I feel like the true star of my eye product collection was really my single shadows this year. And if I could like shout out all of them as a favorite, I absolutely would. But I decided that one shadow formula in particular was my favorite, and those are the Terra Moon's Iridescent Chameleons. You guys, these are those beautiful sheer iridescent multi-chrome shadows. Oh my gosh, they just like absolutely take my breath away. Like, it looks white in the pan, but this is what it really looks like. Got like beautiful shifts of blue and green and gold. This is the shade Light Year from Terra Moon, but I really love pretty much all of their iridescent chameleons. I mean, it's really, I feel like you're only getting the gold on camera, but it is just one of the most stunning shadows. I feel like these are so fun to pop in the inner corner, to layer up on other shadows, to use as like a cheekbone highlight. Like, these are truly beautiful, versatile shadows, and I'm so glad that I was able to add them to my collection in 2020. But as I said, I feel like singles were really just a big hit for me in 2020. I really give them a lot of credit for like helping me stick to my no-buy for so long. And I am just like so excited to continue to dig into my singles collection. I'm excited to expand it because I ordered a few singles on Black Friday. But I also am planning on depotting a few palettes in the very near future. But my single shadows were truly just like a huge star of the show for me for 2020. But I think that's actually going to wrap up today's video, you guys. I hope that you enjoyed it. I tried to keep it short and sweet because I know these like yearly favorites videos can get very lengthy, and I want to get you guys in and out with all the information you need as fast as possible. So thank you so much for watching. If you guys have some favorite products that you'd like to share down below, I would love to know. I think it's so fascinating how like I can like look at a product and think it's like and for someone else it can be like a holy grail product for you and just do amazing things for you. I would love to chat about it with you guys down below, but that's gonna wrap it up for me today. I hope you guys have a wonderful holiday season, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!